So, Neil, here we go, Neil. It's a Wednesday night again. And do you know what? It makes a change tonight because it's light outside.
I know.
Now,
Really?
The first time it's going to be light when we start the show since
That's you.
Septemberish. But Neil, keep everybody talking for a second. You know, I'm just going to quickly share. Just bear with me. There we go.
Yes.
Just going to quickly share.
You know what, John? I'm going to move out the bloody way for a start. We've got two cracking guests tonight, by the way.
We have.
Everybody knows Wednesbury Paranormal, don't they, John?
They do, mate.
They do. They are a cracking team, and they like to, have guests with them, and all different kinds of places.
Right.
Some of the best places. One of the best places I've ever been at Wednesbury.
Do you know what, Neil? One of, or probably the best events team, at least in the Midlands, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Probably even further.
Most definitely.
So the rest of them. I'm just trying to find something there.
What are you after, John?
I'm just posted to muckers, like.
Well, come on then, John, because I mean, people are waiting for us.
Yeah, some comments coming up, Parky.
I know, let's have a look at some other comments.
I just can't find this one.
Right. Old Nicky Stepani, okay, Nick, with his carrots. Kay Evans, Patricia Angeles, I think I said that right. Simon Eyes 41.
Yeah, nearly. He comes on every week, mate.
I know, yeah. John, more
He ain't going to be happy with drinks we've got tonight, Neil.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You don't want to know the drinks we've got tonight.
Can't find you. Peace off. Anyway, Neil, let's get on with the show because the boys are in the green room. They are ready to go. We're ready to go. Neil's ready to go. So, let's get it on, Neil. Let's just get it on.
Why are these people walking?
So there you go, Neil. There you go. Oh, man. Do you know what? It's so bad knowing that you can see from a distance, but you can't see when you're close up.
Yeah.
Everything's a blur. It's like I've been on the piss for like the last 8 hours. Don't say it. Don't say it.
What?
I haven't been on the piss for 8 hours, I can tell you that. Anyway, we are Booze and Booze. We are part of Paralytic Activities. And everybody who's watching, welcome to the lighter side of the paranormal. I don't say that often enough, Neil, to be fair.
You know, everybody needs a lighter side.
We all need a lighter side.
I wish I had a lighter side.
Neil, if you get any lighter, you'll vanish.
I'm on about my weight, John.
Even the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man at the side's got a tan compared to you.
Well, God help you, can I?
Albino. It's albino, ain't it? You know what I mean?
John.
Darnell, big brother.
Old Simon always here. He's slumming it with a corona tonight,
I
chaps.
don't feel so bad now.
No.
I don't feel so bad.
Just what we've got is a bag of shit.
Well, we ain't tried it yet, Neil.
Well.
Anyway, tonight we've got Dennis Glenn and Neil Mitchell from Wednesbury Paranormal. Now, Russ is sitting this one out, and I'll tell you why, Neil. Because he's done more lives than Babe Station recently. He needs a rest, you know what I mean? He's done more lives than bloody Babe Station. Also, we got Paranormal Room 101. A double quickfire 10, paranormal roundup, and a paranormal aisle, and we might have to get an interpreter in for Neil because he's got the broadest black country accent you're ever going to hear. Neil, let's move on with our paranormal hour because the boys are coming on in 5 minutes.
John.
They're just getting themselves ready. Dennis is putting his lippy on, and so there you go. Orange, what we got?
Right, John.
What we got?
When I had a chance to go to old Cafe Metro. Cafe Metro, the best bottle shop and ale bar in the Midlands.
As you can see on the ticker underneath.
Yes, it is. But we've had, in here, we've had to go for this one. And this is the Lancaster Bomber.
Yeah. 4 for £4. Have some of that.
It's a classic English ale, chestnut in colour.
Nice.
Enriched with a wonderful light hop character. And it's an award-winning ale, John, apparently. You know, award-winning ale, you can't knock it. No.
Neil, it sounds fantastic to me.
John, it's a
It
nice.
sounds
It looks a
fantastic.
nice colourable. You know, I think he's.
Nice head as well. Yeah.
Oh,
It's been a while.
it's been a bit of a while actually.
Give us a little rating then, kid. Here's one I made earlier.
It's like if you was to sit in a pub with a Mac on,
With a what
a
on?
working men's club,
Well, a Mac
with a
on.
Mac.
I thought you were going to be like somebody who flashes people in the bar.
smoking a pipe,
With a whippet.
tobacco fingers.
Yeah.
This is what you'll be drinking, right? It's a bit like a Banks's mild.
Yeah.
kind
Reading
of-
the Racing Post kind of thing.
Yeah, it's 4.4%,
Not
which
bad.
is it's drinkable.
Yeah.
Drinkable.
Wets the whistle, though.
Wet summer.
Neil,
It's all right.
I'm dying to hear your rating on the old ale scale, pal.
I'm going to give it a 4.2 out of 5.
Okay, now. Really? Jesus Christ. I would have said about like 2.8.
In case anybody from the album,
He'll drink anything, people. He'll drink
Lancaster-
anything, apart from Carlin and Foster's.
it's from Marston's, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, John Marston, remember him?
Yeah. I thought it was Pat Roach's favourite drink.
Not the bomber.
Yeah, the Bomber, or our Christians. That was his wrestling name. Anyway, Neil, we've done the ale. Let's see what the any more comments popping up before we move on to our Paranormal Roundup. One job orange.
Nothing wrong with the bonksies.
Well, that ain't Mad Dog Max, is it?
2.1
The Mad Dog ain't in, is he?
on the Richter scale.
The Richter scale, Neil.
I like that.
Richter scale.
Richter
Scale, Neil.
Richter scale.
Real Richter scale. Anyway, Neil, it's time for our Paranormal Roundup, kid.
Yep.
What have you been up to?
Yeah, man, I'm rude, Johnny boy.
I do. That's why I asked.
I'm a bit sad, but I ain't going to go into that just yet.
He's always bloody sad.
Yeah.
Jesus
I've
Christ.
just got the sack from my job, John, working on the Walters and roller coasters.
Again?
I'm going to sue him.
What was that then?
Unfair dismissal.
Yeah, I think you should be here. I think you should do that.
Anyway,
You've been dodging that for a while,
I
haven't
have, yeah. You know what, John? I'm sick of where I work. I've applied for another job as a town crier.
you? Go on,
I
then.
think I'm in with the shouts.
You know, what was that?
I think I'm in with the shouts.
Okay.
You know me, John. I'm deaf as a bloody post.
It is, yeah.
I've got them, them hearing aids you can get that. You're like invisible. I sent them off 2
I've never
weeks.
seen them.
I sent them off 2 weeks ago, right? To get them fixed.
Yeah.
I heard nothing since.
Deaf as a post.
Deaf as a bloody post. I saw an old school friend in Asda the other day, John. He was telling me, right? I've never known this before. I know Rush's had an operation on his snot box.
Yeah.
Right, and he has an operation on his
Breathing,
snot.
off you breathe better, Russ.
Operation on his snot box,
Yeah.
right? But this chap I went to school with, he said he's had an operation on the back of his neck.
Oh.
And he says the best thing he's ever had done. Yeah, I look back since.
Do you know what? I should have bought them. Hold up, people. Hold up. We've got it here.
Lonely Jimmy Cricket.
The Lonely Cricket, Neil.
Anyway, if anybody...
Simon knows oldies but goldies.
Yes,
I told you.
cheers, mate.
He's still reading jokes at the Sunday Sports.
Shut it! Anyway, I went to London the weekend, John.
Oh, God. Never ending.
Nothing ever goes right for me.
Yeah.
I paid for tickets to go on the London Eye. Right. And it was shut. That ain't the joke.
I hope
That
not.
ain't the
I
joke.
hope not.
And I goes to the bloke, what's going on here? He said, oh, it's on the blink. Anyway, John, that's what I've been up to.
Thank fuck for that. Jesus Christ. My soul's just left my body. Anyway. Rest in peace, Paul. Just want to get that in. Rest in peace.
I'll tell you what.
Great
John,
bloke. Loved his dogs just like us.
I wore, just for Paul Algrave tonight, I wore my favourite aftershave in memory of him.
Sorry.
Lily Savage.
Oh, nice. It smells nice. Smells
Now,
nice.
God bless him. You know, I love the dogs.
Anyway, Neil.
My mind's gone blankety blank. I don't know what else to say.
Anyway, yeah, so on Friday we went to the haunted museum and spirit shop in Stoke. Neil, what did you think?
Oh, man. I'll tell you
What
what,
did you
right?
think? Oh, Craig and Gemma,
When we got
fantastic.
when we got there, right, we walked up to the door and it says haunted museum stuff. A little door. I thought this ain't gonna be very big in here. You think, John, when you walk in,
It's like a TARDIS.
Jesus Christ, I've never seen nothing like it in my life. It's absolutely bloody fantastic.
You've got everything in there, eh?
Oh,
Artifacts, all documented. Things from like the Blackpool Pressure Beach. Old clogs are in there, you know what I mean? I love shit like that. The serial killer room, And now it's got some more stuff from the Warren legacy, or the Ed and Lorraine Warren have got all them kind of items in there now, and also
Them are the shoes that he popped his clogs in.
It could have been, Neil. It could have been. But what a fantastic bloody place! Did we get any paranormal activity? Don't know. We had some weird bangs, weird noises, and we might have heard like a girl murmuring from the old the chapel area where the coffin is now.
John, reminds me, Luke's still in there.
That was it. Shit, you better go and get him. But it's a fantastic place. Please, if anybody's interested, get onto Craig's page, Haunted Museum and Spirit Shop, and get booking. Go and check it out, or go on to Wednesbury Paranormal, have a word with our Russ, and he'll sort you out. 'Cause I'm sure they do their events there as well. So have some of that.
You know something? He's even got a letter that Jeffrey Dahmer used to keep in his cell.
I know he has, Neil. I know he has. But do you know what?
Unbelievable.
Talking about that, Neil, I read a fact. Well, someone told me a fact today, and while I was eating my breakfast, Neil, and it's a fact I didn't really want to share with you, but I'm going to share anyway, Neil.
Go on, then.
Did you know a guy called John Kellogg? John
Seriously?
Kellogg, yeah, John Kellogg. He invented the cereal, the breakfast cereal. That's what he invented. And do you know what he invented it, Neil?
Why?
To stop inmates from wanking. That's what he invented for, to stop masturbation.
John, you've totally lost me.
That's what it's. No,
is that a true story?
It's a true fact, yeah. It's a true fact. He invented it. So instead of them just all the inmates in the asylum and stuff like that, jerking off, he goes have some cereal instead.
Tell you what, that's the last time I put mayonnaise on my Kellogg's. To tell you.
have some granola and shit. So
Jesus,
yeah. And going on to John Kellogg and his masturbation cereal, I also found out something today that in Michael Jackson's video "Beat It," Beat It, yeah, when he's dancing in the pool hall, if you have a look at the pool table, Neil, there's no holes on it.
What was that? Oh, Beat It. Oh no, yes.
There's no holes on the table, so it's not a pool table. It's just a bloody table. What's he trying to pull the wool over our eyes?
John, have you ever noticed it though?
Today I did, yeah.
John, we've got a challenger here.
Have we? Well, we'll come back to that. I've just got one last thing to say. When I come back from the Haunted Museum on Friday night, the wife and my daughter's birthday on Friday, so fantastic for that. 20-0 already. I can't believe it. So I come back to a lonely house, just me and the dog. And so we went to bed. I was shattered, so I'm just going to bed. 3 o'clock, I woke up. The dog's ears are pricked. I thought, what's going on? I heard this, Neil. On my daughter's bedroom wall. What the hell's that? I've bought something back from the old spirit shop here. You know what I mean? Especially being around that bloody devil box. All of a sudden, the bed started shaking like this. The bed was shaking for about 3 minutes, Neil. And then I heard it, Neil.
Come on, there's your seat, John.
Yeah, a fucking train was going past on the railway tracks. It was shaking the bastard bed.
Was it a ghost train?
Yeah, well, I hope so. Anyway, Neil, we're going to bring in the guys. Anyway, 2 brothers fishing, one called, well, the other day, his mate said, well, yes, we're boys. I haven't really spoken it, though. Think about it. I'll have a think about that.
I like it, mate.
Neil, come on.
That's a good old, you said that, Ken Dodd.
Now, people, we're going to bring in the guys now. Neil has just took his curlers out, so he's ready. Dennis has just put his lippy on and his eyeshadow, and they're ready to go. So please, get them some comments in and get them some questions in, because both of them are full of paranormal knowledge, or so Russ tells me anyway. Anyway, let's bring them in. Here he is, the paranormal poster himself, Dennis Glenn.
All right, then.
And Nellie Mitchell. Evening, gentlemen. How are we?
All right, now.
Careless.
I
know. On the tubes.
Anyway, gentlemen, thanks for coming on. Absolutely fantastic.
You're welcome.
No worries.
Just tell everyone what you do in the paranormal field. Anybody who don't know yet, so people know, just go for it. Either one of you can say it.
You want to go first, Dan? Right, so I'm a member of Wednesbury Paranormal, the best paranormal events team in the Midlands, possibly in the country.
Yeah, there you go.
Am I allowed to blow my own trumpet?
You can blow anything you want, nearly. It's not a family show.
It's one of those notes. So the full team, there's 5 members in the full team. For those of you, most people know Russ, I should imagine, from one from one event or another. He's our leader. He's our spiritual go-to man. He's the main man. I'm an investigator along with Dennis, and then with two other members, Paul Pazza and Jo Pugh when she can come. She's our resident witch and medium as well. That makes up the team. We've been going for about 12 months now as a full set of 5. Do various events. Obviously, we do as many invests as we can, but we also like to run events. We do more events than we do private ones now.
Yeah.
But our events hopefully have got a bit of a wacky spin to them. We don't just we don't just turn up with 4 cat balls and 700 people all sat round a K2 meter. We like to split it down, have a laugh, have a joke, but at the same time, try our hardest to verify whatever we can. Hopefully, catch anything abnormal, different. But at the end of the night, the main thing is that those people who've come on our events, 99.9 times out of 100, go away happy. They've had a good night, had a good laugh, and they've been entertained. And that is what WP is all about.
Exactly.
And that's the way it should be. Do you know what I mean? Let's say you got all your paranormal stuff, but things don't happen, do they? They don't happen half the time. So you need to keep that energy up, don't you? Because people can actually drop through the night, especially when it's getting to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Bring them back up, you know what I mean, and get the energy going.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where the ding dongs come in.
Yeah. Well, what are ding dongs? Explain.
We keep finding biscuits with weird names. So I can't remember what the other one. Dennis found some the other week.
Knobbers.
Nobbers,
yeah. Away for chocolate.
Can you dunk them?
You probably could, but that'd melt a bit. So yeah, that is part of the appeal. People expect us to turn up with something weird.
Dennis, quite a while, pal.
Yeah.
Basically, I didn't start until 2019. I've always been interested in paranormal, watched Mouse Haunted and all that. When I was young, I went on a couple of investigations, Station Hotel and Dudley Castle with my mum. But as you're a teenager, other things getting away, like women, work, gym. So went out of the way. Got myself settled down, a few kids, wife and that. And then dark 2019, I thought I want to do something like, and no one wanted to come with me. And I seen Smith back advertised. And I thought I'll get started. So I did if it's any good or not. So I went there, enjoyed it, really good. Obviously Barry was there as well, so it was added bonus because I just seen him on the telly. And more till the end, they turn around, he says, thanks, Wednesbury Paranormal. And I turn around, Wednesbury Paranormal. So to Russ, and I says, yeah, Wednesbury, because So I've looked everywhere on Facebook for local groups and I've not found anyone. And then right there under my nose, it was a local group. And then from there, that's when my paranormal journey started. Just went with them, went with other team members, got to know more people in the field. And then last year in January, they said, come be a part of the team permanently. And then he's just gone from strength to strength, improving as a host, improving as an investigator, gaining knowledge in that, and it's been brilliant. And I can't thank him enough for giving me the opportunity.
Well, Dennis, if you don't ask, you don't get, do you? That's my motto. If you never ask,
me
bats. Yeah,
they begged me to join, so I said, okay.
That's the way it should be.
In the right place at the right place.
Neil,
just with the people of 20.
Right, I'll Russ is on.
Russ is on, so be aware of what he's going to ask.
Yeah,
Gentlemen, you know what he's like. We got Luke Walker in the house. Got
Mark-
Mark Bowen, obviously Jan Disco, Jan Furno,
We won't be getting a Russ rant tonight.
Patricia Angeles, Nick Stepani. There's quite a few in there. Neil's
Yeah.
just he got one job tonight, and he keeps missing everything.
I missed nothing,
You
John.
missed everything, Neil. Everything.
What have I missed?
Everything.
There you go. There you go. Cheers, Neil. Cheers, Neil. Now you kind of just already kind of answered what I was about to ask you. In our opinion, you lot are probably one of the best events teams in the Midlands. Probably farther, probably a lot farther. But what makes you stand out from the rest? You know what I mean? And you kind of already answered it, but you like to bring not just the paranormal and the scary stories and the hauntings, but you like to bring a bit of fun. So what do you do when
a bit of fun, a bit of banter, really rubbish jokes off Russ at the start of the night.
You could do it, Neil.
Yeah. Paranormal Benny Hill. Jan Ferns as well. It's just popped up.
Jan Ferns.
So as light when we mulled on a break, as light-hearted as it could possibly be. And then the way we try to do it is we'll split the event down into invest certain areas, then we'll have a break, invest, break, etc. On the breaks, just light-hearted banter, everybody's friends with everybody else, and then as soon as the invest starts, flick a switch and try and basically we are aiming for history, not necessarily we're looking for Casper, but we're after the history and validation to match the place that we are investigating on that night. And it's that I think stands us out from everybody else. We are after history, validation to do with that building and nothing else. We ain't bothered about. I ain't going to say it, but if your granddad walks in, fair enough. But we ain't after your granddad. We are after history and validation of that particular place we're doing on the night. Exactly. And that's what I think everybody likes.
Well, the main difference is we have the teams in smaller groups rather than like a big bunch. And if they've got their own kit, we say, here you go, use your own kit. It's your night, we'll see you go. We've got our kit as well they can borrow. And the main thing is there's no egos. We just get on with it and take it. We have the laugh when we got to have a laugh and we're serious when we got to be serious. And that's it, really.
Yeah, and it's
well,
just, I mean, a lot of the people that come on our events and regulars, and we're thankful for them, keep turning up week in, week out, and we love them to bits. And then Russ likes the newbies to come on so he can basically scare them shitless. That's it. That's what we were. That's the other part of it. But it's one big happy family. I think that it's that more than anything else.
Well, it's like you say, you get regulars. I mean, people get regulars in a pub, don't they? They get regulars. You get regulars as an events team, and that just tells you something that they love what you do.
Exactly.
You know, you can't have a better like rubber stamp than that, can you? Let's be honest.
No. I mean, we've got a really long list now of regulars.
Yeah.
And we can't thank them enough, to be honest.
Well, you sell out every event, don't you? Every single event's gone like that.
Normally,
we got a question for you, Neil.
Okay.
And Mr. Nick Stepani off the TV. I've got a call at 8 p.m. Thanks, Nick. We want to ask the guys if they've ever had anything worrying happen while investigating, such as a negative energy.
Well, actually, me and Russ were talking about this the other night on another podcast. Drayclough Tunnels, a couple of years ago. I was sent, for those of you who know Drayclough Tunnels, there is what's called the Demon Tunnel. Yeah. It's a bit dark and a bit suspect. And I was sent down a tunnel to the bottom on my own, and basically I was told, "Can you feel anything? Can you see anything?" And I hadn't been doing it long. No, nothing. Am you sure I can't feel anything? No. All it is, it's dark. And then I was told, "Say, okay, turn round." At this point, I was facing all the guys who were about 30 foot away from me, the other end of the tunnel, and said, "Walk slowly back towards us." And I took about 3 steps, and I don't know to this day what happened, but it was like I'd been punched in the stomach. I went flat on me, well, practically flat on the floor. I started retching, I started throwing up, and I crawled out the tunnel.
Jesus.
Yeah. As I got to the end of the tunnel, Russ, who was at the end of the tunnel then, he basically grabbed me by the shoulder, and his very words were, "Whatever the entity that has just entered Neil, come out of Neil and go into me." And from that day forward is when he had his nose trouble.
Yeah.
Hence, he's had an operation. He's just had his second operation the other week. And to this day, we are convinced that whatever decided it was going to say hello to me and take me up the arse was something to do with what Russ has had nose-wise.
So let me get this straight. This
I had
entity
a walk through.
wanted to take you from behind up the jotter, but he preferred to go up Russ's nose. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yes.
We've got the right guest on tonight, Neil. We've got the right guest on tonight.
And what was that on Help My House is Haunted?
You're like the Midlands Chris Fleming.
Yeah.
I've recently put a post on our page a few days ago about that, because I've got a video where Neil felt like he's been followed all night, and I've got like a light on him where it shoots into the back of him. This is as we're in the demon tunnel before he's wandered off. And while this was, and then when he went further down, I've got my camera on, and then as that's going on, as Neil's been hit, my battery's drained at the bob like I was using, so we missed everything. So I've got some pictures but it's mad night that was.
What we all want to know then now, and people in the chat room, they all want to know is, Neil, how's your arse?
It's fine.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
I've had a few comments saying I've got a nice ass, so I'll leave it at that.
You know, when you fart, you don't growl, do you?
No.
But look, talking back to Dryclough Tunnels, what an amazing place. It's such a shame what has happened there. Yeah, absolutely shocking. So you've hosted many haunted venues, boys, you know, and which venue sticks in your mind, not just for like paranormal activity or a haunting, but like the history and just the look of the building, do you know what I mean? Everything, the full package. What is the one venue, what sticks in your mind? Now, more than likely, you've probably got a different one.
I have, yeah. Russell just said about his nose.
It's a bloody demon.
What happened at Dryclough was we had a couple of things happen at Dryclough which were mega, but my favourite venue is Guy's Cliff House.
Yeah.
Simply because it was the very first event that I went to. As we were invited by Russ to come for the night, and I went with my sister and my brother-in-law, and it was the very first invest we'd been on. I'd never been on one before, and I mean it was one of them nights where, in theory, nothing could have happened, but everything happened, and basically from that night I was hooked. But Guy's Cliff House has got it's wonderful. And Masonic Lodge, so you've got all that type of thing, as well as the Masons and whatnot, besides just the normal hauntings and things like that. So Guy's Cliff without a shadow for me.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there in mine as well. Like I say, it's the full package, isn't it? It's got the haunting, the history, the building,
you name it, you can do it, yeah.
And a fantastic pub just over the road. It doesn't get better than that. Den, what's yours, pal?
Just for experiences and the times I've been there, I've George Jarvis School. Just how crazy that place is. I mean, last time we went there, like we was in the caretaker's quarters, and I could have sworn I thought it was one of the guys. As I'm videoing, a hand come and grab the camera, and I said to him, "What are you doing, grabbing the camera?" And they said, "It's how you mean." And when I looked, there were nowhere near me. So I've had like a hand, and I can't explain whose hand it was. Just like they're trying to grab the camera off me as if I shouldn't be filming in there, and that was personal experience. That was mad. But every room you go in there, it's like seance room, and then upstairs as well. I think it's brilliant. So for me, any chance you get to go there, I'll go there. Brilliant for me, anyway. That's what I've experienced.
If you know Nat Lawrence, who owns George Jarvis, she's got 3 places now, and they are all fabulous. The
nunnery in
Malvern, and there's the hotel at Willith Wells. And that is really strange because she's only recently opened it, so it's a lot of untapped energy. And that is that. And give that a few months, and that'll probably be up there in one of the top places in the country, I think.
Well, Russ was saying to me, because he asked me to come on that one, and he goes, "John, you missed out on a night there, mate. I'm telling you." And you know what? I'm like,
get yourselves down there.
I've got a question for you. If we go anywhere in the world to investigate, where would you go?
Who
said that?
Amanda, I think he's from the Black Country Paranormal, I think.
For me, it ain't an invest as such. I suppose it's just a bucket list one for me. Area 51.
All right, yeah.
Just to say I've been, basically.
Yeah.
I've been waiting one of the security guards. Just one of the security guards. Yeah.
I've always been drawn to Gettysburg. I've always wanted to go there.
Okay.
Just for like what I've history and what I've seen and heard, but people have picked up and witnessed. But another one is Prevalia Island in Italy, if I've pronounced that right. Just because that's where they had all the people with all the what was it now? They had all the illness from the plague, and then they put them all on the island, just letting them there to die.
Okay. How many Italians we got watching tonight?
None.
Yeah.
But they're all on the Luigi board, you see. They're all on the Luigi board tonight, you know what I mean?
Unless Gianni Campo's watching, I doubt it.
Yeah, it's Paveglia in Italy, and I think they shipped everybody over who had the plague or the Black Death or leprosy or something like that. They was fucked up anyway. They was put on there to die, basically, just to get away from people who didn't have it, and that's what it was.
I'd be interested to do that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely bloody amazing. Guys, do you know we're talking about paranormal stuff and some of the things you've witnessed and what have you? And all the places you've been to, and everyone has weird experiences, what we can't explain, and that's why we call it paranormal. But what do you think paranormal is? What do you think it is? In your opinion, if you could sum it up in a few words, what do you think spirit activity actually is?
Energy.
Yeah,
energy that's embedded in the building itself.
Yeah.
That's what that's all. That's the angle that we try to show when we're on Invest as well. Stone theory, things like that. Stone tape theory. We are convinced that it's a form of energy. Whether you want to go down the road of whatnot beings and whatnot. Interdimensional beings, you can argue that till the cows come home, but you can't knock energy. You can't knock if just for the sake of it, if you banged your finger and you've bled on the floor, your DNA is in that building.
Mm.
You can clean it up, but the DNA is there. So energy is just a pure form of DNA, if you like. That's the way I sort of look at it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's anything paranormal is just an energy that we as yet do not understand and can't basically capture.
Yeah.
It's like you get somewhere where it's the right place, the right time, you're going to pick up something. And it's like he says, there's like time slips as well. There's something about that where you go to a place and you experience something might happen years ago in that right spot, and you're there at the right time to see it, witness it, or pick it up. Like,
yeah,
I totally agree. I agree with both of you. I think you go into a building and there's something imprinted in that footprint there.
Yes,
and it's
that's
there.
the word I was looking for. Imprinted.
Yeah, what's one of it? It's like stuck there. It doesn't want to go, and it's stuck there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? And then, obviously, with the old time slip thing, I do believe that to get some real concrete paranormal evidence, you have to be there at the right time, the right day, the right everything has got to be there.
Everything, you've got to be bang on,
And something happens, what probably happened hundreds of years ago at that split second.
Yes,
agree.
I do.
Yeah.
So there you go, Neil. Any questions coming up?
Yeah, we've got a question off old Rustler. Do you own a REM Teddy?
No.
my kids own a Teddy, but not a REM.
Neil and Dennis, what's your favourite piece of equipment?
That paranormal question based.
Oh,
let's hope so.
Yeah.
Well, it is off Jam Ferns.
It's off Jan. Oh, in that case, then. I'm old school. I still think that the best piece of equipment is yourself.
Yeah.
You can have as much electronics as you want, but I'll always be of the opinion that you sense more anything better than an electronic gizmo. You can feel things, you can smell things, you can taste things, touch things, see things, obviously. So if somebody finds a piece of electronic equipment that can do all what we do, rolled into one, that they're onto a winner.
Yeah.
So to me, the best bit of equipment is yourself.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that. It's like we do our invest to make a video on YouTube. But if we go back to a place, we don't film. We go there for the experience, just to sit there in the dark for hours on end, talking into thin air. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And hopefully something will come through. And that's I love that fact that we went there filming, but when you're filming and stuff like that, you don't really notice what's going on around you, and you can miss so much stuff if you just sit there silent.
Sit there silent, and
you never know what you're going to get. You never know.
I'm totally honest with you. The most evidence we've got is when we've gone through the videos and that, you know what I mean? It's not at the time, you know what I mean? It's just when you go through all the footage.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it's amazing what you miss.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And it would surprise me now that you guys probably actually witness more stuff or catch more stuff now that you haven't got anybody walking around, either Russ or yourself, filming.
Yeah. I mean, there was we went to East Drive a few weeks ago, and me and Pazza did an EVP in the coal shed. For those of you who know, there's East Drive, and we played it back, and we didn't hear nothing. And then an hour later, we played it back to somebody else, and there was 3 definite EVPs on there, and we missed them completely. So, like you say, it's just. When you get sit down and play it back and you got time and whatnot, you miss loads.
You do.
Yeah. That's right.
So on your events, boys, has something happened that sticks in your mind? Whether it's because you was on about, you like to have your banter and be light-hearted when you need to, just to keep the energy up. Is there anything that sticks in your mind, either funny or stupid, either yourselves, Russ, Pazza, Joe, or a guest? Does anything, what happened? You think, do you know what? That was fucking funny.
I got a funny one.
Go on then.
We went to Old Town, Blyth Wells or something. When Russ was being a real acclamatory.
And you're going to say Russ banged his head 3 times? Yeah.
Well, I went to all the copper ornaments. In the cellar, I went and banged his head. Forgot he had my height. He's a bit taller. And then he banged his head again further on. It's just funny. I just kept banging his head.
We got to record a setup. We just all gone quiet, and in comes Russ from outside, trips up, all a load of copper ornaments to the side of the fireplace, crash bang while up the lot went.
That's paranormal Frank Spencer.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the
name? About an hour later, we're down in the cellar, and he stands up to. There's a little chute what you have to walk up. And he started to walk up that and banged his head against, and he did bang his head. It was a proper cut. Yeah. So that night, yeah, in terms of that was probably slapstick night. That was, yeah.
So you had a few bangs that night then.
Yeah. To me.
But like you say, I bet that energy that night was electric.
Yes, we had a really good night. Yeah, we had loads happen.
I always say every week, laughter is the best form of energy.
It is.
It is.
Ignore them. We'll do it where we just sat in a group talking, ignoring everything, and then there's all sorts of things might go off in the background.
Exactly. That's what I think. Yeah, we're going to start using static cameras, and so we ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, just read that then.
What are your thoughts on static energy affecting an investigation, like during, after a lightning storm? That's a totally different question, Neil.
Oh, is it? I just know this was static. I'm just doing my head in tonight, you am.
He says it every week.
We've got a brilliant story about static, which I think everybody in the world must know it now because we've told it that many times. But that J Cloud tunnels again, and that was static.
Yeah.
But how it was formed, I still don't know to this day. I traced the cables all the way around one tunnel completely, and then cut off at the end of this tunnel. But basically, to cut a long story short, we had fluorescent lights down a tunnel which haven't worked since the 50s, covered in rust, dripping water, tubes knackered, no starters in them, and 2 fluorescent lights lit up, one white and then the one at the front towards us, red, green and blue, 3 different lights. Now, we know it was static, but how it was formed, where it came from, where it went to, I do not know. And I wish they'd open it back up so I could go back down to that same tunnel again and trace my steps completely, because it shouldn't have happened.
Just after when you got attacked and then Russ took it off you, that's when we all stepped back out the tunnel, and that's when it just out of nowhere the static blast came. Amazing.
So we obviously generated some energy somehow, but how we got to the bottom of the tunnel and started at the bottom, then come back to us, I don't know. I refuse. I ain't got a clue. Would not.
But that's what makes it good.
It was one of those you've got to be there moments.
Yeah. That's what makes it good. Yeah, that's what makes it.
That's what makes it great. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why you'll always stick with you as long as you live, and you'll tell the story probably another 50 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can see it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So, guys, where can everybody find everything about your events on Wednesbury Paranormal? And have you got any more tickets to sell for any events coming up?
This is Den's department.
Wednesbury Paranormal on Facebook is the best place to go. We'll keep updating all the events as much as we can. We got it pinned at the top of the page. Every like, last Saturday or one occasion Friday of every month leading up to November, we're at Stoke Museum, which you can book through us. Also, 12th to the 14th of May, we're going to Wilder Hope, which is going to be a good weekend with us lot like. And there's still, I think there's about 5-6 spaces left. So if people want to get on, message one of us or us and get on that as well.
Yeah.
And also we've got some future dates which we're just going to pencil in soon. The Rising Sun, our favourite paranormal pub. The Derby School, which is somewhere we've been, which we're trying to sort out, which will be about July time, I think.
July, at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a few more things we've got in the pipeline, but you know, it's just checking on dates and everything.
The main one is the affiliation that we've got with Craig and Gemma at the Horton Museum at Stoke. Literally once a month now. We've already done a couple of 3 events there, and we've got one every month right up to November, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that and for those of you who ain't been on there, who haven't been there before, trust me, even the tour. Did you do the tour with Craig?
Yeah.
The tour's worth it just on its own, ain't it? Without doing an invest. So the way it works with us is we'll meet you early, have a pizza before you start. Then Craig and Gemma will do a tour for about 40 minutes, and then we'll split off into small groups, and we do invest the whole of the museum. And there's enough, and I'll guarantee that we'll not get everything done in one night. It's impossible. There's that much to do, and there's that many experiments for you to try. You can be left on your own in some instances as well, but and we'll just guide you to the places that you need to be. But yeah, it's an immense place. What they've done to that in that place in a couple of years is it's nothing short of a miracle, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, get yourself booked up on the most of them have sold out now, but there are a few places still available. But yeah, get yourself to the museum. It's well worth it.
Get yourself onto Wednesbury Paranormal's Facebook page and get booking, because the place is amazing. It really is. Guys, we've done all the kind of all the little bits and bobs. Now we're going to get into some juicy questions, because believe you me, we've done 47 minutes already. How about that?
Nice.
I like that.
It's Dennis, eh? I blame Dennis.
I don't know. Yeah, Dennis, yeah. You want to shut him up?
First class, eh?
Let's get into some juicy questions.
Nail.
Answer separately, guys, please, if you don't mind. You're leading a seance. You've made contact with a dead celebrity. A celebrity has passed. Who would you like to contact, and what would you ask him?
Jim Morrison from The Doors.
Oh, love it.
Are you really dead?
Good question.
Apparently, you're his funeral. They didn't play.
Dennis, you're a disgrace.
I'll Google it after.
I'll get it. I'll just talk to myself. So you can't get a word in there. Drive to him.
I haven't said a word.
I know how you feel, mate. I said, even at his funeral, they did play Come and Light My Fire. Damn,
this is why you don't get a word in edgeways now. Go on then, Den.
Top of my head, probably Andre the Giant, because it'd just be funny to have a drink with him, seeing how big he is, listen to all the old school stories and drinking like.
Yeah, I swear to God, brilliant. Neil, do you want to say anything about Andre the Giant?
You know what? Andre the Giant, what did he drink, John?
Everything.
He once drunk 127 points as well, wasn't
he? One surprise,
in one night.
His hands were bigger than his head.
Unbelievable. He used to drink 5 bottles of wine before he got in the ring.
I know, yeah. What ring? Whose ring was this? That's all
I know, yeah.
He was dead right, lad, was he?
But, Elton John still holds the record.
How many rings do you want now?
All rings in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, everyone, even us, everyone I know has got a skeleton in their closet somewhere. He's got a bloody cemetery. Have one of you or both of you got a party piece, a guilty pleasure, a secret skill, or something that people don't know, or not many people know? Far away.
Well, now you're asking. Secret skill.
Apart from the windmill.
Yeah. I've learned how to keep my arse shut.
And next time I see you, you're going to do the windmill for me.
Yeah, that'd be part of Wednesbury Paranormal's opening thing.
Tell you what, I'm a massive breakdance fan.
Yeah, not about that windmill, Neil.
Oh,
yeah. On the best breakdance or the worst breakdance.
Wrestling, really. I've been trying to train to be a wrestler last year. Had a few niggling injuries. Shout out to Joe. I spoke to him earlier. Top Turnbuckle Wrestling. If you see any shows on them, go and watch them. They just started up. So I've been.
No.
Joe Becker, Rick Rowley, and all them as well.
Oh yeah,
he works with
him.
Yeah, I seen him earlier when I was in collections. So shout out to Top Turnbuckle Wrestling. Check them out. Yeah, I used to be trained with them and all that. I had a few niggling injuries. He's just trying to find time to get back into it. So apart from the windmill, that's me of a skeleton in the closet.
The windmill. Neil, any guilty pleasures or party pieces or skills that you've got that no one knows about?
I'm never going to beat that, am I? I'm the I ain't anymore because I've hung up my gloves. But I was the best 5'0" goalkeeper in the world.
Really?
I was always put him in goal. And if you ask Russ, I've had a few nicknames over the past. The cat, the dolphin. Yeah. Just ask Russ who the dolphin was and he'll tell you straight away.
So there you go, people. Anybody goes on a Wednesbury Paranormal event now, you've got a cat and you've got someone who can do the windmill. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that's the windmill.
No, sorry. You're getting back into wrestling or what, Dennis?
I want to. I've got to get in touch with Matty Powell.
Yeah.
So I used to deliver to where his uncle's work. Yeah. That's where he used to chat to him. We just find the time again around family and work.
We had him on
I do want to get into it.
We had him on
get into the onesie again.
We need to get on with the next question because times of the essence, Neil. Time's of the essence. We all know what room 101 is, don't we, gents? Where you put something in the room and it's gone forever. Well, you've got your chance now. It's the paranormal room 101. The pair of you can throw two things out of the paranormal field completely into room 101, so it disappears without a trace. What are you throwing in there?
Want me to go first? Cat balls and mouse haunted.
Now what? That's two good choices.
We need to make a list of these because a lot of people so far have said cat balls. 2 people said mouse haunted.
Yeah.
So we need to make a list of what people are saying.
Cat balls.
Cat balls, get them in.
Cat balls.
Mouse haunted. Get it in, but bring it out when you're drunk or a guilty pleasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, Adam, if Adam's watching.
This might come across a little rant. This might now.
Rant away.
The fakes on TikTok, the ones who got like a magnet and just flick the magnet and ask a question like, "Is my nan with me?" and stuff, and they flick the little magnet and it lands on yes or no or maybe, and then getting thousands of followers. People send them gifts and that, and then making it like the mediums and all this special stuff. They want to go and piss off. And the other ones, it does me head in, man. Does me head in.
It's like Rushmore.
I think it's paranormal, isn't it? I could do that. I could flick something and move on something. And the other one is when you're trying to record an EVP, you tell everyone, yes, don't fart, don't cough, don't sneeze, don't move, don't shuffle anything. As soon as you start, press record, 2 seconds in, someone's messing with the code, stamping around, coughing, and you're like, piss off, like,
Why is it whenever you're trying to do an EVP, somebody's belly always starts rumbling?
Why? Because
You
you've got
don't
to be
mind
better.
that.
Yeah, why?
No need for it.
Have you heard of a person called Mr. Mark Boner, Mr. Dead Cold? Everywhere we go, his belly's like a volcano erupting. Every single time right now.
Yeah, it is. Plus, when we do EVPs, my breathing is terrible.
Yeah. So it's like doing an EVP with Darth Vader. So that's boys, it's time for your quick fire 10. We've only got 5 minutes left. So quick fire 10. Neil, you can go first, and then Den, you can go second. All it is, I'll give you some questions, simple questions. Yep. You've just got to answer yes or no. Simple as that.
Yep.
Here's Neil's quick fire 10. Neil, don't put me off. Right? Here's Neil's quick fire 10. Number 1. Can items have a spirit attachment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 2. Is a succubus better than a Wenger bus?
No.
3. Are aliens already amongst us?
Yes.
Yeah.
4. Is the Black Country full of paranormal activity?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Number 5. Are Ouija boards just a toy? Everyone stops at this. Everyone stops.
Anything more than yes or no, or has it got to be yes or no?
Good point. I
like
I'll ask you in a minute. Maybe. Yes or maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to say no. In the right hands.
Number 6.
Toy.
Are ghost phone apps just a load of bollocks?
99% of them, yes. Every now and again, you'll get a good one.
Yeah.
They listen to what you hear.
Would you beat a poltergeist at Jenga?
No.
No one would.
Give it a go.
Do demons exist?
Oh.
I wouldn't say demons, I'd say negative energy.
Negative energy is the way we would describe it.
So, yes or no, gentlemen? Yes or no?
Yes, because they get categorised as demons.
Yes.
Are orbs proof of the paranormal?
No.
No.
And your last one for your quick fire 10. Do ghosts walk amongst us?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. We'll say yes.
I bloody hope so.
Yes, it depends on your definition of a ghost. But
yeah,
yes. Yes.
Yes or no?
yes. But you're right. Nearly every time we do this quick fire 10, virtually everybody kind of there's a pattern forming, and I've got them all written down. And I'm going to actually put it all one week. What certain people are saying, because even though the Wenger bus and the succubus, that's never. It's never here or there, is it?
No, no.
Never here or there. Anyway, gentlemen, 2 minutes, 58 minutes gone. I just want to say, absolutely bloody fantastic for coming on. Absolutely loved it. Neil,
thank you very much.
Any last words?
You've been cracking guests again. Not that we had on before, but we always have good guests on, and you've stepped up to the plate, and you've been fantastic, lads.
Thank you very much.
Really enjoyed it, to be honest. Even though I said a lot, we fucking Ben Elton here, it's never going to wear it.
Gents, we'll just put you in the green room. You can have a little chat after the show for a minute or so, and then.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, cheers.
So there you go, Neil. Neil and Dennis from Wednesbury Paranormal.
I enjoyed that.
Do you know what? Absolutely fantastic guys, aren't they?
Yeah,
if anybody wants to get on an event, either get on Wednesbury Paranormal page on Facebook or message Russ Bevin, because they've got some cracking places coming up, and you've got to check out this haunted museum. We went Friday, and it didn't disappoint. It was fantastic. Neil, say thank you to everybody in the old chat room, pal.
I want to say thank you to everybody that put comments up, everybody who's had a laugh in the chats.
Yeah. Questions.
It means a lot to us,
Means a lot to the guests as well.
Well, without you lot, we wouldn't be doing it, to be honest.
Exactly.
We've got nothing to put up or whatever. Put up. You know what I mean? Nothing to put up. What we're supposed to do. Also, thank you very much for taking your time and tuning in.
So there you go.
Appreciate that.
On that bombshell, we've got a little announcement next week. we're going to do our first live show from an haunted location. We are going to be with Mr. Andy Moore at Smethwick Baths, and we're going to be doing a show live from the bloody baths. That's what we're going to do. Neil, we need to wrap up the show. We've got 13 seconds. Now, if anybody this weekend is out investigating and you don't get any spirit activities at all, just do what we do. Just drink them instead.
And if you want to see John and his budgie smugglers next week, tune in.
And my Baruka sock, you'll do for us. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.